So the other night I picked a fare up and I was waiting outside. I got there a bit early and they came up to my window and they said, "Are you for me?" And I said, "Well, can you tell me your name and where you're going?" So they told me, and I said, "Yep, that's right." So she just stood by my window and she was just staring at me. And I was in a minibus. So probably about 30 seconds went by and she said, "Well, where do you want me to sit?" And I said, "Well, sit wherever you want." I really wanted to say, "Well, there's 8 seats, pick a seat and, sit in it." So I start pulling off, get halfway down the road and she's like, "Oh, no. This is too expensive." And I was like, "Oh, right." I said, "No, it should be right." It was right. It was the right fare. I knew it was the right fare, but for her to put her mind at ease, I rang the office. And I said, "Oh, can you just double check the price of this for me?" And he was like, "Oh, it's going from A to B." And I was like, "Yeah, that's right." He said, "Yeah, no, it's the right price." And I was like, "Oh, right, okay." So going down a bit further now, and after I told her it was the right price, she was there, she was kissing her teeth, saying, "Oh, this is really expensive." But what people got to take into consideration is the fact that we're a private hire company. So if we've got to drive to you, it's going to cost a bit more. So because she was like 15 minutes away and then I had to take her a bit further, it cost a little bit more. So she's there, she's muttering under her breath, kissing her teeth, telling me that it's expensive, and I can see where I live from where I work, and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, well, if you didn't want to pay that much, I would have just stopped taking you back, and you could have just booked a different taxi company. So we keep on going, and she's still moaning, and at the moment my left ear is blocked, so she's there and I can't really hear her, but I can just tell she's just like talking to herself and moaning. So when I got to where she was going, then it was like, "Cash or card?" She's like, "Oh, card." She got really blunt with me then, and I was just thinking, it's not my fault, is it? I don't make the prices up. So she pays, and then she's complaining then that the price of the taxi was like working an hour's, it was an hour's pay. What if she only went in for 2 hours? She's only made an hour's pay, this, that, and the other. And I was thinking, well, that's not my fault. It's not my fault. You've booked a taxi. Now, if it was me, I would say, "Oh, how much is it, please?"